here, I want to work on my backlog of pictures. If you're like me, I am a former picture printer. I would print every picture I've ever taken, hoping to scrapbook it. And prior to children, I used to be really good at scrapping chronologically. Now, post 6 years later, post kids, I scrap what strikes in the spirit. So recently I was preparing to go to a 3-day crop, and I found some pictures from Christmas 2020 that I never scrapbooked. So that's what we're going to work on here today, Christmas 2020. So that's me, my baby sister, and my mama. So we're going to craft these. And you see we've got our traditional reds and my honey, my baby. So we got our reds going on in here. So that's that. And then in my Christmas bin where I found said pictures, I found this paper pack, which is I Love Christmas, Echo Park by Lori Whitlock. So I didn't have much left of this collection, but I feel like the colors will go really well with the pictures that I have. So I picked it up. I literally have 5 sheets out of a 6x6 paper pack and half a sticker sheet. And then I have some like fun, like velvety papers here. I don't know what I was planning on doing with those, but we'll see. I'm going to find a sketch because I find it very difficult to scrapbook without a sketch. I love a sketch. Keeps my mind going. And see where the paper gods lead us. So stay tuned. So let me just give you a little sketch 101 here. I absolutely 100% adore this company called Scrapbook Generation. They are a brick and mortar store, but they also have a huge online following, a huge online store, and they do sketches. One of the things that I love about them, Allison Davis and Debbie Sanders, I believe they're mother-daughter-in-law, some type of relation. However, they're amazing. I purchase from their website all the time. I'm a member of their Facebook group. I've been with them for years and years and years. They used to have a monthly cake club that I belong to. But anyway, this is a book of theirs that they created. Oh God, I don't even know. I wonder if the year is on here. It's not. But one of the things that they do is this particular sketchbook is the whole picture. So you don't have to cut down your 4x6 photos. I really get frustrated sometimes when I'm looking at sketches and they have 2x2 photos or some strange number measurement of picture, because I don't scrapbook those type of pictures normally. Sometimes I can get my 4x6 down to a 3x3 or a 3.5 or a 3x4 or 4x4. But anyway, I'm rambling. Scrapbook Generation, this is one of their previously printed books. I'm sure you can still get it as an ebook. They sell them on their website. Love, love, love them. They also do free sketches as well. So definitely a resource you should check out. So I can't show you the sketch I'm going to follow because this was a paid resource and I don't want to get in trouble, but I'm going to use one from this book. So I was able to find a sketch in that sketchbook. It utilizes 7 photos. I only have 6, but I'll use one of the spaces as a journaling area in between those 2 landscape photos. As you remember, I am only using 6x6 papers for this layout, as that's all I had left from the collection. So that means I have to double the cuts for the sketch. So these strips, it should be a 12-inch strip, so I'm cutting it twice so that it will equal that. It calls for a solid and a stripe. I didn't have a stripe, so I'm using this polka dot instead. Polka dots and stripes work similarly on layouts, so that's not a problem for me. When I'm working on a layout, I like to cut all my pieces and then adhere them to the background. How do you guys do it? Do you cut everything and then put it down, or do you cut and put down as you go? Leave me a comment and let me know. Here, I moved one of the papers away. I like to work on my layouts a page at a time, even if it is a double page layout. This helps me to ensure that I get things straight. And I'm using my We Are Memory Keepers glass mat here. It has the measurements on it to help keep me in line and keep items straight. When I'm away at crops, I usually use my Close to My Heart Versamats. because I need something with measurements on it. You'll probably see me break out a ruler here as well because I'm never certain. For somehow, I am one of the only people who can cut crooked even with a paper trimmer. So I'm going to line up my photos here. You'll see me do it a few times because it does seem crooked to me. I am not a crafter who loses sleep over things being crooked, but I do try to do my best to get them even the first time around. So I'll play around with these photos a little bit back and forth here until I feel like everything is the way it should be. Um, Again, these pictures are from Christmas 2020. My family, I have a huge family. We are always celebrating. The holidays are one of our favorite times of the year. But honestly, we celebrate at any time. If you have a promotion, if you lost your tooth, we're throwing a party. So I just love any time that we're able to be together, and we're always photo ready. Everyone knows, even the men in our family are so photogenic and love taking pictures. So I'm working here. I'm adding these strips. This would have been the red polka dots would have been the stripes on the layout, but so we're going with that. So this page is done. I'm going to move over to the next page now. And again, as I mentioned, I'm going to utilize some pattern paper in between the two landscape photos for a journaling section. So I just picked up one of them who had a solid background, and that's what I'm going to place there as we put together this layout. The wood grain piece that we'll get to shortly, it was a larger square on the sketch, but due to the fact that I didn't have a lot of 12 by 12 paper left from this collection, I don't even think that's from this collection. I think it might have been from my stash. So I'm going to adhere the wood grain paper down next. We don't need as much of it as we have here, so I'm just going to line it up with my photo and then chop off the excess. Again, utilizing my ruler because I often get things wrong, so just wanting to make sure that that all lines up with the photos and with the other side of the layout as well. So I'm going to adhere my photo down, and now we're going to go into embellishments. Now that we have our layout done, I'm going to start our embellishments. Remember, all I have for embellishments is the remaining of this sticker sheet, and there's not a lot left. I am going to utilize some of the sentiments as a embellishment cluster. I cut this wreath in half to utilize a portion of it as a circular element next to the photo here. And then I popped up this little poster. It talked about reindeer, and my daughter had a reindeer on her shirt, so it fit perfectly there. I'm a scrapbooker who loves dimension, so most of my layouts will have pop dots on it. I'm going to utilize this Holly Jolly as my title, but I'm looking for something to make it pop. So I auditioned a couple of pages here and didn't want it to get lost in the background. So we went with this wreath pattern paper here, put that into a fishtail, and then I'm going to adhere that down and then pop up the Holly Jolly on top of it, again, to give it some dimension and character to the page. Normally, I would have inked the edges of that. I don't know why I didn't, but it turned out fine anyway. I love inking the edges of my pattern paper, which you'll see me do quite often. We're just going to continue to work on the embellishments for this. I'm going to see what else we can add to this title or to this page just to give it a little bit more. I'm going to add this gift box next to the Holly Jolly, and I have this bird that I want to add, but I don't think we end up utilizing her on the page. So I'm moving it over so that, yeah, I'm right-handed, so that's where my predominant side is. I'm going to add this Christmas tree since we're all around the Christmas tree here in this photo. We added a bow to the tree, and now we're doing a cluster up at the top. I utilized the other half of that wreath that we used on the right-hand page, and I'm putting an angel up there as well and popping the angel up so that this side of the layout also has some dimension to match the other side as well. Then I'm adding this banner that says Noel. I don't really like the way it looks. It's kind of hanging off the page a little bit, so I cut off that fishtail and it looks so much better. I also tried to move it to the other side of the angel to see if it would look better, but it works better this way with the fishtail cut off. So I'm going to take a look at the sticker sheet and add some snowflakes as enamel dots around the page and just give it some character as we wrap up this layout. I'll do a little bit of journaling just stating Christmas 2020. And then that's pretty much going to be it for this layout. I'm super proud of myself for how much of the sticker sheet I was able to use and for finishing up this collection. I hope that you do something that makes yourself proud today as well. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe.